Hey, it's Coach Keisha Austin, and I am going to share with you today how to end your 2018 like a boss. Number one, get real. Get real with where you are right now. The good and the bad, mentally, physically, financially, maturely, emotionally. Just really take a glimpse at where you are right now. Just sit still and get to a quiet place and just think about where you are, your values, everything that you've overcame, everything that you've achieved, and just really take a glimpse at where you are. Think about your comrades, the people who you keep close to you, and your friends, the people who you share your life with, the people within your family that you trust. Really look and determine where you are. And it may even help to compare yourself to where you were this time last year to really get an understanding of where you are right now. And that way, you're able to build from where you are. You're able to determine, okay, I'm right here, right now. Is this where I want to be? If not, let's make some changes. If so, then let's go ahead and continue to implement or continue to walk out the things that I've already been doing so that I can stay on this course. Maybe even on a larger scale, changing up some things. So if you're in the process of losing weight, maybe going to the gym once a day or 30 minutes a day, maybe this has been working well for you. So perhaps kick it up a notch and do it 45 minutes a day or even go twice a day. If you've been doing really good with saving money, maybe if you take your lunch, pack your lunch 3 times a week, maybe even consider doing it 4 to 5 times a week, or only going out with friends on a weekend twice a month. If you're on the right path, continue on that path. The purpose of sitting still and really acknowledging where you are is to determine what your capacity is and what is realistic going into 2019. All right? Number 2, check your financial output and check your credit. Last year, or maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we were going into the new year and I just got this burst. Like, I have never had this before. I had the motivation to go through all of our finances. This was some time ago and I wasn't nowhere near financially savvy. My credit was still in the garbage. Everything was we were just making it, barely making it. And something just came over me, which I know it was Jesus. And he came over me and said, start going through your output. And I started comparing my cable plan because most of those promotional prices are good for 12 months. So a lot of times those things expire. Your car insurance, most times those are in effect for 12 months. Now, it may not be right now that your 12 months expire, but it's still a good time to go look at the market and see what you qualify for, to see if you could potentially have a cheaper rate. Your cable, see what you have and see what's out there. I know here in Texas, there are many different energy companies. Back home, it was just one. That's the only energy company that you could choose from back home in North Carolina. Here in Texas, there are a slew of them. So check your finances to see what it is that you're putting out. Look at your grocery bill. See if there's something in your grocery bill that you could substitute. So I know my husband makes a bomb chicken Alfredo, and he does not need Alfredo sauce. He can do it with the bare minimum ingredients. So do your research and see if some of your favorite recipes, some things can be supplemented to make it where you can have minimal ingredients that cost less. And you may think it's weird that I did not say check your financial input, because I think we know a good bit of how much money comes in, but we sort of let it fall by the wayside of what goes out. So go through, look at your finances and determine where you are and where your money is going to. See if you can keep some of that money in-house, put it away, or invest it. Number 3, forgiveness. Forgiving yourself for all that you have or have not done this year. And that also includes forgiving other people, but we'll get to that. Forgiving yourself. So if you have lost your job, you packed on some pounds, maybe accumulate a little bit more debt, you prolonged a relationship that you wanted to get out of, stayed at a job a little bit longer than you wanted to longer than you wanted to. These are all things that at the beginning of the year, we like to plan out and set these New Year's resolutions. And if, for instance, it was something that you wanted to achieve this year that you have not done, forgive yourself. Because if there's one thing we cannot get back, and it's time. It's nothing that you can do about it now because it's in the past. The only guaranteed moment that we have is right now. We're not promised the future, and the only thing we can do right now is what we have within our hands right now. So forgive yourself, take a deep breath, and make the commitment to do better going forward. And the only way that you can make realistic goals is to do what I said in number one, is really look and see where you are so that you're able to propel forward with realistic goals and realistic expectations. Also, forgiving others. We do hold people to certain standards. We have expectations for people as we do ourselves. But we are people just like they are. And people let people down. People let people down. It happens all the time. It's happening right now. And in order for you to end your 2018 like a boss, you have to let go of that baggage. You cannot go into a new year with the baggage of years ago. Even if it was 10 years ago. I don't care if it was in March of this year. Let it go so that you can step in your new year brand new. So you can seal this year and put yourself in a position to propel forward and step into 2019 like a boss. And if you're not sure how to start, where to start, how to do it, if you can do it, always remember, God is not going to ask you to do something that He is not going to give you the power and the grace and the mercy to do. So start praying about it. Start being intentional about forgiving people. Start thinking of this. One of the biggest things that helped me to forgive is knowing the fact that some people are walking around with scars on their back that I placed there, intentionally sometimes and unintentionally. So that gave me the motivation that I needed to forgive people, because I too have hurt folks also. So get yourself in a position, do whatever it takes for you to start on the road to forgiveness. I have an amazing course on my website, and it's called the Powerful Relationship Series, and it digs deep with covering the issue pertaining to forgiveness and relationships. So if you are a person who struggles with forgiveness and moving beyond the point that you are right now, dealing with a lot of hurt and a lot of crud and gunk when it comes to letting things go for, with people, whether it be your parents, your friends, your co-workers, your sister, whoever. That series is powerful, and it's based on what I know for sure. And I have climbed a whole lot of many mountains when it relates to forgiveness. Okay? All right. And the last step is to take a step with both feet. Don't step in something and you double dutching, or you acting like you're going to jump into it. Step into it fully. Make a plan about how you are going to execute. And once you've made that plan, you dive into it. Do not be double-sided about it. Don't be timid about it. Don't do it just a little bit. Give it your all. With our generation as millennials, it is very rare that we see what our full potential can produce for us, because we're dibbling and dabbling here, we're dibbling and dabbling there. We get something 3 months of commitment, and then we walk away when it hasn't produced this forest of blessings and this forest of fruit when it takes much longer. So I've also noticed when you're all in, when you put both feet in, and you know that what it's taking for you to be fully committed to this thing, you're willing to grind and go at it more, you know. But if it's just one foot or a toe, okay, I can take this toe out, or I don't care about losing a toe, I'll lose that $150, I'll lose that $200. It doesn't mean it don't matter. I'm gonna go try something else. And I'm encouraging you, with the end of the year coming, again, to step into 2019 like a boss. You need to be willing to go all in for yourself. We so often go all in for other people. You need to be willing to put all of that effort into yourself, your future, your destiny, your family. Everything is dependent upon you stepping into your destiny. Make a list and make it plain. Write it down. Review it, make sure that it's realistic by also acknowledging where you are right now, and execute. Get it done. I hope this list was beneficial to you. I know for a fact that it is highly effective because I definitely sealed my 2017 like a boss, and 2018 hasn't been so shabby either. So I pray that this video is a blessing to you. I pray that you execute, you plan it out, you do full examination, you get rid of all the crud and the unforgiveness so that you can step in your 2018, step in your 2019 like a boss. Take care.